This is Hans. What we're doing is we're taking a look at something that happened pretty recently. TeleIT has just presented, if you're watching this particular report, it's just giving you an accounting as to what took place between India and the United States. And what was important to note was the immediate response by the Indian government in light of the decisions that were being made in the United States on an Indian ambassador or a diplomat. Let's put it that way. Para- what's important, I think, to understand also is that India sees itself as a regional power and therefore acts that way and responds to that. So that is a particular importance. The United States itself is an international, is a global power, and is also sort of flexing its muscles. So those are the dimensions of the problem on one end. Parenthetically, it's important to look at the relationship between Haiti and the Dominican Republic is quite different. Primarily, the Dominican Republic has in a lot of ways an economic strength that is tantamount to 7 times what the Haiti represents. Irrespective, what's important for the listeners, for you, for the viewers to take a look at, is the fact that within that process, the Haitian government failed to respond even publicly as to clearly draw the line as if to say gathering forces, in other words, to make people that are Haitian feel the importance of taking a measured step to say, hey, we disagree with what's being done, we disagree with your approach, because the approach, even though it is twofold, it is first a Dominican and a Dominican issue, which is one end, in other words, Dominicans of Haitian descent, and the second part of it is Haitians that have migrated generally for work purposes while they are in Haiti. So what we are seeing is a lack of response. The lack of response, generally responses have a symbolic nature. Much more than anything else, they are symbolic, but they serve as a catalyzing event to gather forces, to mobilize people, and to let people know that their representation is acting on their behalf. So in absence of that, you do the exact opposite. You say, well, our representation is weak, they're not acting the way they should, they haven't taken the steps that they should have, therefore we don't have any government. So that's what the Martelly government has missed out on. But let's go a step further, because I think we're going to put up a picture right now, which you're going to take a look at. Well, President Martelly was he was in Venezuela. He met with President Maduro, and he also met with his counterpart, President Medina. Now, if you look at the picture, look at the person who is, well, both men, all 3 men are laughing or smiling. So contextually, that sort of gives you, well, a very easy atmosphere. But for the viewer, for the Haitian national, he says, but why does he have his hand? Why does President Martelly have his hand on the shoulder of the person that is responsible for a particular policy that is not only isolating Haitians within the country, but are threatening to Haitians? He is smiling. He is putting his hands on the person's shoulder, being very amicable in a period where at least he ought to have understood that even at a picture presentation, one ought to be a little bit more firm, a little bit more distant, while being friendly. And I think that's very important. So a handshake would have sufficed, as opposed to what we're seeing here, not only a handshake, but a shoulder grab, sort of giving a shoulder support to the person that is implementing, or the country that is implementing, a policy that is scorched earth on the Haitian population. Reporting for TeleIT, This is Hans, and we hope to see you soon. We will also want to mention that on Sunday we'll be doing a live show, and we will invite you to come in. And Tele IT will be speaking of that. We'll be giving much more details on that as things move forward. Thank you for watching. Again, you've been watching Tele IT, and keep following. Thank you.